Hi, welcome. Today we are going to be doing something that is kind of out of the ordinary. We are making cloud bread chicken burgers. Now cloud bread is the buzz at the moment on the internet, so why not share this live video with your friends now? And let's all get starting. It's a little bit of a gamble for me and hopefully it will turn out really yummy. So to save your ears, I have pre-whipped 4 egg whites. Quite stiff, as you can see, little clouds of perfection. Just leave that to the side and get your egg yolks, 4 egg yolks, and to that we are going to add some cream of tartar, half a teaspoon, a teaspoon of basil, about half a teaspoon of Mrs Rogers salt, and then we are just going to mix that all up. And this is a good stage if you need to push any of the lumps of the cream of tartar out, that you can. I think that's fairly lump free. Take your time, you really don't want lumps of cream of tartar. It's not exactly the tasting, but necessary to give us some really yummy, fluffy cloud bread. Now, I have prepared this earlier. It is cottage cheese, and to make it really fine, I have actually pushed the lumps through a sieve so we get a more finer, cheesy texture. So combine the egg with the cheese. And don't forget to share our video and like it if you like it. And now we just want to combine all of that. You can stir it quite generously here, because then the tricky part of folding into the egg whites is coming up. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite a sloppy mixture. There's really no lumps in there because I did, as I say, push the cottage cheese through a sieve. You could always try it with lumps. It might be nice, might give it a bit of texture. So we want to add about 1/3 of the mixture into our fluffy egg whites. And you just want to very slowly fold it because we don't want to bash any of that air out. So basically it's just fluffed egg white, egg yolk, cream of tartar and cottage cheese. Now obviously I've added the salt and a little bit of basil for flavour, and you could add any of Mrs Rogers herbs or even seasons, or the blends, like the Tuscan seasoning will be really nice in this. So we just want to slowly add 1/3 at a time until it's all folded in. Now I'm using my grandmother's old Kenwood electronic mixer for this, so hence the old school bowl that I'm using, but I find it always gets my egg whites really fluffy. Great for meringues. Now the last of that egg is going in. I'm just gonna Now you can make these any size that you like. You can half the recipe if you like, and you can actually make small cloud bread, little cloud bread. You could do little sliders. Okay. Now, you want to have an oven tray, and it definitely needs baking paper because these guys stick. And we don't want sticky cloud bread. So I'm making burgers, so I'm going to use about 2 large tablespoons, and I'm just going to push it out to my desired size. It will puff up a little, but not that much. So, and try and keep them even, of course. So it works out to about 1 egg per cloud. And there's so much you can do with this cloud bread. The size that it is, you could do, as I said, little sliders. You could ask our messenger bot what other herbs and spices would be nice in it. Now, I'm just going to share that out. Now these need to go into an oven at 175 degrees, fan bake, for half an hour. So, trying not to burn myself, I should pop it in there. I've got a nice preheated oven and I'm going to put the timer on, just in case I get carried away with other stuff. Now for our chicken, while that's cooking, let's get this going. So I have just got some thinly sliced chicken breast. You could use chicken thighs, you could use something other than chicken, but I just thought this would be nice. So into here we are going to sprinkle some sugar. I know that looks like a lot, but it's nice. Some paprika. And today I'm just using the Mrs Rogers paprika, but if you wanted to try one of the different paprikas, that would sort of give you a different taste. I've got some ground cumin. Oh. Some oregano. And again, I've got about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of each, but you can decide whatever volumes you would like. Ask any questions if you want. I do have someone on the other side of the camera who may be able to assist me in answering them. Now, I've just put some oil into a really good rounded heaped teaspoon of garlic. I'm just going to mix that up and I'm going to pop it on the chicken. The oil I'm using today is rice bran oil, but you could use whatever oil you prefer. That's my preference because it doesn't really have a flavour and it just adds moisture. So I want to stir all this up. You could use less sugar if you want and just do a complete marinade. However, I want the sweetness of the sugar to come out with the flavours. I think it will just enhance it a little bit better. You could even do this a while beforehand and really let it marinate, especially if you didn't want to use sugar. However, sometimes it's nice to have a treat. Okay, so in my trusty old school electric fry pan, I have heated over here at a medium heat. I'm just going to put a very quick grind actually of some Mrs Rogers salt and pepper on there. So I've had my electric fry pan on for a good 20 minutes. It's one thing that people don't realise with electric fry pans. They expect to turn it on and have it going. Although it will be hot, it actually takes a while for the thermostat to kick in, especially with the older versions. So, into my fry pan I'm just going to cook the chicken. Now I've done really thin slices, so it shouldn't take too long to cook. And I want to try and catch some of that marinade as I'm putting it in. And really you could kind of use any marinade that you like. Right. Now, as you can see, that's not burning, it's not simmering really hot. It's just cooking through the flavours. Now today on our burger, I am actually going to add, tomato, avocado, some spinach leaves and some halloumi cheese. I just love halloumi cheese, so unfortunately I'll have to eat it, which is no biggie. I'm also going to add just a little bit of plain egg mayonnaise because I think that will be nice. So we're just really waiting for this chicken to cook. If anybody has any questions, now is a really great time to ask. And in the oven, our cloud bread is looking really good. It's looking super tasty. An important fact is not to open the oven door, especially if you can see it in the window, because that actually disrupts the whole temperature flow of the oven. So you could get uneven cooking. For that, it probably wouldn't matter, but if you really want to do like a souffle or something, that's when it will go kaput. So I've just got this chicken simmering nice. I've put the lid on. It helps the steam cook the chicken as well, because the last thing we want is burnt chicken. Just grab myself a plate to get this chicken out. So this chicken really shouldn't take that long to cook. I'm actually going to change my tongs because that's quite noisy. Okay. Now it's starting to go white on the outside, which means it's starting to cook. We really don't want rough chicken, tough chicken or anything, so we want to cut all the sinew out. If you've got a chicken breast, cut the thigh piece off, cut any of the white sort of stringy sinew bits, because there's nothing worse than biting into a piece of chicken, especially if it's in a burger and you're trying to get it out of your teeth. I'm just going to crank that up a little bit. Oh, it's smelling really good. I wish we had smell-o-vision. So, just to refresh, I've got basil in my my cloud bread, which will be very interesting to see. I've also got Mrs Rogers oregano, ground cumin and paprika in my chicken marinade. So it'd be quite nice to try a few different spices in the chicken marinade, but I think this will go really nice with the flavour of the cloud bread. Give myself a steamed facial there. So has anybody got any questions? Has anybody tried the messenger chatbot and maybe come back with some funny answers they want to tell us about? Let us know. Let us know if there's any products of Mrs Rogers that you want us to do a video with or a recipe with. Excuse me. Right, the chicken is starting to cook really nicely. One way to test if chicken is done, oh excuse me, I've inhaled all the yummy smells and now I've got a tickle in my throat. Okay.
Louise says she loves Mrs Rogers' chicken seasoning mix.
It is nice.
Thank you,
Thanks, Louise.
Well done. If you've got any questions, Louise or anyone else, please feel free to ask and we'll make the answers up on the spot.
And we will try. Now, since we're almost ready to go, I'm so sorry about the tickle in my throat. Here's one I prepared earlier. So our cloud bread, it does take half an hour to cook, and we're not going to make you sit there for half an hour and wait for the cloud bread to cook. So it's quite light. It's, as you can see, it's almost like a fried omelette. It's quite different. It's very light. If you use gluten-free cream of tartare and mixes to go in it, would be completely gluten-free. So, yeah, we'll see. Can't wait to eat it, actually. Right, my chicken looks pretty much done.
Laurie, if you do actually end up making this, then pop a photo up on the Facebook page and show us, because we'd be really interested in seeing it. And anyone else who makes it, yes. Then do pop a photo up, and we might have a cloud bread off.
A cloud bread off.
Carl wants to know if you could fry the bread.
I don't know if you could. You possibly could. I certainly have fried an omelette like this. The thing is, in the oven, you could possibly fry it with the lid on the fry pan. I think flat in the fry pan it possibly wouldn't work, but hey, try it. Let us know. I'm just following the recipe, so definitely let us know about that. It could very much work. I'm thinking it may not be as fluffy, but hey.
And Amber, yes, we will put the recipe up after this post, so we'll update the post so that the recipe is there, and we will throw it on the Mrs Rogers website as well.
Okay guys, so I've got my halloumi cheese. I am sprinkling, spreading I should say, my mayonnaise. And then, actually do you know what? Then I'm going to put my leaves. Because there's nothing worse when you put leaves on top of the burger and the whole thing falls apart. Right, leaves. Then I'm going to go chicken. And I know that the chicken is done because the juices are running clear. Do you know what? I'm going to go another piece of cheese. I'm going to eat a little. Okay, now I've got some avocado. And guys, the whole point here is stick whatever you want on it. But this is what I like, so I thought I'd do it. And a little bit of tomato. Okay, now my top. Don't know if you noticed, when I made it, I started that way. So I've built the burger so it looks like that. Right, hang on. Oh, yeah, okay, we've got some consistency there. We do need to take a photo. Hang on. Hang on here. Right. I'm just going to back up. It actually looks on the monkey plate like it's got a bow tie. Let me show you. It's a very well-dressed burger. Okay, and shall I bite it? Okay. It will probably all fall over everywhere. Oh no, look, it's actually kind of, well, it's better than a Macca's burger, dare I say it. Okay. Oh, yum. I'm not putting that on. That's actually really nice. I'm not putting that on, guys. It is really nice. I didn't realise how hungry I was. That's really good. I think our cameraman needs to have a bite.
I'll have a bite later.
Okay. Shall I just stand here and eat it? Any questions? Or shall we wrap this up so I can go away and eat my burger? Honestly, any questions, just put it through afterwards. We'll still try and answer them best we can. We'll put the recipe up. They are really nice.
Amber says it looks absolutely great.
Yeah, see, look at the consistency. I didn't think it would hold together that well, but hey. And that's nice too. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any feedback on what to make next or what you'd like me to use Mrs Rogers wise, just let me know. Thanks for watching. And
Louise just said she's looking forward to seeing it way cheaper and softer than gluten-free buns.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely cheaper than the supermarket.
Because it worked out about 1 egg per sort of top, so you'd be 2 eggs per person. But listen, the stuff that's cooking in the oven there is quite a decent sized burger bun. It's a man-sized burger bun. So, yeah, good plan. Thanks, guys. See ya.